Peoples of the universe, please attend carefully. The message that follows is vital to the future of you all.
Never a truer word said. Never a truer word said, there, Master. Mr. Ailey, how are you, sir? I'm so happy you were able to introduce me, even though you're not anymore on this mortal coil. That is the wonder of these video graphic communications we make. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Did I say good evening? I'm not sure. Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening, depending where you are in this beautiful world of ours. I do believe the world to be a beautiful place. I think it's a bit strange right now. I do think it's a bit strange. I just don't know how long it's going to be strange for. I think it's going to get a lot stranger before it. I think it's going to get a lot stranger, a lot scarier for a shorter time, and then get a lot better. Right? That's my prediction. I don't know when. I thought things would be going down by now. But I might listen. Everybody else who said the end is nice has been wrong. So I'm in good company, I guess. But no, the tragedy in Moron, I think was a big deal. Oh man, I think it was a big deal. In my messianic fervor. But here's the thing, and I'm self-aware enough to know this, that if I am going through a delusional phase, this will be kind of a extended delusion. If I'm wrong, is it delusional if I keep saying if I'm wrong? Because I really believe I'm right. But okay, let's say this is an extended delusional phase, which fair enough. It certainly is most likely that it is, right? If and the world doesn't end, or the world is thinking it just seems like it is though. I don't know what to tell you. I keep trying to talk myself down. I'm going, no, that looks pretty bad. It looks like God's going to end. This looks like we're lining up for a flood. But I found something interesting about the flood today from a class by Rabbi Eccleston. If you're not super Jewy, it's going to be too Jewy for you. I mean, but he's really cool. But he's he talked a bit about the flood, and the flood was 10 generations after the world was created, and that was supposed to be in the cosmic plan, the big when the messianic age was supposed to begin, right? 10 generations, then boom, we're supposed to have worked it out. We haven't done well. But that messianic energy, which is light, is represented by light, instead got changed to water to create this cleansing flood, right? That killed everybody. But that's essentially what it was. So I was like, wow, that's really fast. That did fascinate. But this guy, Rabbi Eccleston, has a very interesting take on what the heavenly meaning of this tragedy in Moron. If you don't know, it's a religious festival every year. It was last Friday night, and it's huge. It's absolutely huge. It's very, very culturally big, and it's a thing where there's a lot of Jewish unity, which there isn't a lot, right? It's one of the few things people go, oh yeah, it's okay, right? Like everybody, doesn't matter what type of Jew you are, everybody's like, yeah, it's okay. But there's a lot of parting and togetherness. It's celebrating Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, who was a very elevated soul, and that's why. And I think that unity comes from his soul, right? So it's very disturbing to me that in the that heart of that unity, right at that moment, there was this tragedy where the people were pushing each other, and 45 people were crushed to death. So much so they couldn't identify some bodies for a few days. I mean, that's very crushed, right? And so there's a lot of weird Kabbalistic biblical meaning going in there. Firstly, 45, very scary, but it's what was I going to say? So where did he start with it? But essentially, he was saying that that it happened right there in the right at the heart of the it's called simcha, of the joy, of this unifying joy, specifically for Jews and specifically for religious Jews, specifically for, I would say, ultra Orthodox Haredi Jews. They're the ones who really love this holiday. Anyway, right up there, it's a very directed message, right? And it's a very harsh message. So what could the message be, right? And that's the thing that was bothering me. Like, what could so this day Lag BaOmer that happened on is a very messianic day. So my initial fear was that this is a release of messianic energy, but it's and the shape of it is this awful tragedy of death, right? Which is not a good, that's not a good sign or portent. So I was like, right. So, but this guy Rabbi Ketzen, he explains that. I told the story of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai last week. It was essentially they were having an argument. They were doing the scene from Life of Brian, when said, "What have the Romans ever done for us?" Well, roads, education, like sanitary. So that's it. That's actually where it came from. It's the thing at the top. So Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai and his son-in-law was saying, "Yeah, they did this," and Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai says, "No, but they made the road so it's easier to get to brothels and things like that." He said they did everything for their own, disgusting ends, right? And then, but he said, even though it's all the discussing ends, then God turned them around and made something good for everybody. That was the end of the thing. But that story then got reported to the Romans, and Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai had to go into hiding for like 12 years. I think it was like something crazy like that. And in hiding in a cave where he didn't have any clothes. He had one set of clothes, him and his son. And so they had to dig holes. This is the weirdest story. They dug holes and they filled in the dirt or the sand up to their neck so they wouldn't wear out their clothes. And God made a miracle and made them a carob tree. I'm like, a carob tree? Could you? I mean, firstly, I'm out at having to live on carob. Have you ever eaten carob or boxer? Oh my God, it's awful. Really? I mean, like, okay, but they were like, oh, it's a miracle. Heaven be like, really? Well, like, could you not give them a McDonald's? I mean, like, okay, but I'm more of a small guy. Anyway, so Rabbi says that. So, but this all happened because of the sin of rechilot. It's called, it's a special type of gossip mongering. When you go to one guy and says, hey, you know what this guy said about you? He said, and they make the two parties, go against each other. It's called rechilot. It's a very like, and it's, I think it's something that happened. I mean, something unfortunately I've seen happening quite a lot, going on, quite distressingly. And there's, lashon hara. So the evil speech. It's not good. It's not good for anyone. So I do, and so he says, like, and the way these people died, he's not blaming the people. He's not saying that all these people are guilty of any sin who died. He was just saying these were the 45 people chosen from this generation as a sacrifice, right, for the sin, right? But so here's the thing. So there's a heavenly court goes on, and there's the Satan, right? He's saying, look, they've done this. They've been speaking lashon hara, right? They're doing this thing. We got to take retribution, right? We got to take retribution. So Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai was a pretty good thinker. He would be arguing against it. So why wouldn't he be able to argue against it, right? Because he has a real emotional understanding of that sin of rechilot, of putting one person against each other, because he was a victim of it, right? He was a victim of it for 12 years of his life, right? So and so he couldn't argue against that. Right, and that's why this was the terrible verdict in the heavenly court. And this is genuinely the insane way I view things. I understand. I understand it's crazy. Yeah, I get it. But still, it's worked so far. I'm nearly 50. I started this when I was like 19. That's a pretty good run. Okay, that's a pretty good run. Whew. It's I guess we'll see where it goes. So anyway, the upshot of this is I'm doing this thing called the 48 Ways to Wisdom. They're like 10-minute videos a day, and it's killing me. It's killing me churning one of these things out every day, right? But they're awesome. You gotta check them out. They're really good. 48 Ways to Wisdom are basically 48 ways to make you awesome, right? And now 48 attitudes for life. That's essentially what they are. And you don't have to be like religious or Jewish to. It's easier if you believe in God for some of them, But like, you know, like today's one, Way 39 is about where it's called We're All in This Together, right? Which is basically like just have empathy. It's like, you know what? It's the ending speech from Peter Capaldi, right? It's such a great oh man. Oh, so sad. It's so sad what happened. But it happens all over, you know, I have to tell you. The good here's the agony of living in the world today if you're a religious person, right? That a truthful religious person, right? That that God has given complete dominance over every structure, every complete dominance over control, over legal control to people completely illegitimate, the people who are lovingly abusing it. And I'm seeing it not just in the in politics, but like throughout everything. It's the way, like, in culture, right? Yeah, it's like it's the weirdest thing. So listen, I'm hoping this era is going to be over soon, because it's agony. It's absolute agony. I mean, like, honestly, I just don't want to see any more Mikey Spock. And if that means the world's got to end, that means the world's got to end. You know? And I think it's a fair. I think it's a fair exchange, because it's really that. Because it wouldn't just listen. Okay, you're getting the world ending, right? But on one side, but no more Mikey Spock, no more. Dr. Jodie. Oh God, and we could just wipe her from memory canon, right? Like as the apocalypse is eating our flesh, we're going, no, forgetting Jodie Whittaker. You know, that would be my last thought. Have you seen that awful movie? The Nicolas Cage one, where they used the crashed plane set from War of the World. And then, what's it called again? Oh God, it was so bad. Okay, we got to look it up. This is terrible. By the way, I had an idea. I'm gonna get into the chat in a minute. Got to IMDb. Anybody wants to be anything reimagined? I was doing a whole bunch of reboots in my head or things, or how I would do them. So anybody wants anything rebooted, put it in the chat. And I'll tell you what I come up with. I just came up with a bunch of them while I was waiting to come on. I'm just trying to work out. So Nicolas Cage. No, doing. Apparently, there's this footage of Leslie Jones beating up this Asian guy. Have you heard about? I mean, it was here. One second. It was on Crowder, but I didn't get a chance to see it because let me see. I'm going for his. Nicolas Cage's filmography. Okay. Oh man, he's a busy guy. He goes back. Oh man, I wish I could remember. I should go for the name of the director. Or was it before Bad Lieutenant, Port Call, New Orleans? Never saw that. That looked really weird. Before Wicker Man looked awful. I mean, the original Wicker Man is fantastic. City of Angels also awful. Absolutely awful. Wonderful remake, a movie it was remade from. Okay, fine. I'm going to have to go for... Okay, fine. If I look up Dark City, I know he directed that. Fine. Good movie, by the way. Okay, we're looking up Dark City. Okay, and it's Alex Perez. Okay, he directed it. Fine. We're getting closer. And he's done a lot of crap. He's got a lot of genre, but he's got a lot of crap. Knowing. Oh, that was shit. Oh my God. Okay, let's go and look through Alex Perez's filmography. He's an interesting guy. Oh man, that was shit. Knowing, it was really shit. Basically, a few kids go off in the spaceships, and that was predicted from before the dawn of time. And Nicolas Cage and his family all get eaten up in a, I don't know, like a solar flare. It's garbage, and it just takes ages to get up to that. Fine. So he did The Crow. This is all short. What's this? Dark City was good. I thought that was a solid movie. I, Robot was interesting. You know, I, Robot. Listen, it's got Andy Tudyk in, so anything with Andy Tudyk is good. I think it's worth a rewatch. I haven't seen it for years. Well, I think it's probably worth a rewatch. Maybe it's garbage. I don't know. A couple of In Excess, who gives a crap. Knowing. Okay, that's where he went shit. That is just shit. Oh my God, shit beyond shit. Oh, it's Nicolas Cage at his worst, right? And then he did Gods of Egypt, which I didn't see, but it did look like it would be shit. Right, that would be the way I would have to describe it. Let me get to the chat. Something says garbage. I don't know what's going on, but okay, something is coming. Hello, garbage says Matthew Barrow. Somebody says, hello, humans and other quitters. Disaster area is here. You know who is not here? My wife. My wife isn't here, but she's coming home with a new car. We have a brand new car. It's very exciting. The first time that I bought a car, brand new, and then kept it 3 years, and then sold it back to the dealership and got another car. But we got a smaller car. It's really good. We're downsizing. I'm really quite excited about it. The other thing I'm bummed out about is it didn't have leather seats, and you couldn't like upgrade to leather seats. They just aren't. I was like, really? And then like the color choices were white or black. I'm like, really, mother. Really? I said, well, I guess it's black then. I said, well, that makes it more expensive to run. Well, I guess it's white then. So I haven't seen this thing though, right? My wife kind of says it's small, but then she says it's like, well, it's this small. It's a smaller car. I mean, picture looked kind of similar to the one car we had. You know, it's gonna be kind of nice not plugging it in. We had one of the plug-in cars last time, but the plug-in bit really didn't do much. Yeah, the plug-in bit was like, it was good for like tooting around a little town, but it was like you got about 20 miles on that, right? But if you go now, my wife has just got this job in Jerusalem, so cars are good. It's good cars. It's good time to change, and the car's a bit of a workhorse as well. She's got so looking forward to seeing it. How are you, Darren M? Greetings, felicitation. Hello. Who's calling me? Let me see. Oh no, I'm just getting a. What's the game? A Twitter. Someone's retweeting me, right? I don't know Twitter. I'm not really a fan of Twitter, although I haven't been on it enough. I've been too bloody busy. That's the thing. I've been too busy to end my bloody campaign. I'm not even joking. I wanted to end it by now. And like I got a couple of jobs waiting for me to do before I can start the ending it. And I'm just like today I've copy edited a book. Created a cover for it, uploaded it to Amazon, done a full edit on a cooking video. By the way, oh man, I should show you this. This is privileged information, but I'm not sure my clients. I haven't even uploaded it for my client, but yeah, I'm just going to show you a couple of screen grabs from it. Is it the Rabbi cooks? He made a shawarma in his house. It looks freaking awesome. Right? And this thing looks freaking awesome. Yeah, where is this? Yeah. Wait, I'm opening it up. I'm trying to get him come on the channel. It's was it Yom Yerushalayim on Sunday night? Here, 1 second. Let me share the screen. But I'm saying this thing looks freaking awesome. Yeah, let me make it smaller so I can navigate it easier. And then we'll do window. There you go. Fine. So yeah, I'll turn the sound off. Although it's like, yeah, I can turn the sound on. This is YouTube. This is YouTube's music. I'm like, seriously, look at that. He made himself a whole shawarma stand. Yeah, there's a Rabbi, was it? The Rabbi cooks. Hanano Wiener. It's a good channel. So fine, yeah, look, start. He gets an onion, right? Cuts up the onion, and gets a bunch of chicken and seasons it up. You know, go to his channel for this recipe. But yeah, listen, he makes a shawarma stand. Here, this is freaking awesome. Yeah, I'll turn the sound down because it's just hidden the rating. So he cuts an onion in half, and he gets like 3 bent skewers, right? And then whacks them through. And that's it. And then he gets the chicken. He like marinates it up with a bunch of stuff, and he like builds it up. And then he puts like an onion on top, and he puts it in the oven. I'm like, and he's got a shawarma. 1 second. Missed it. Like all the stuff behind him, he made, right? Like all this, I mean, the pic, I like the hummus he made. That's the video I edited this week. Okay, hang on. But here, let me show you what he's like cutting up the shawarma. It's freaking awesome. You can see the cutting the shawarma in the background. I'm trying to get my wife to do it. She's like a bit reticent. She's not very, but he made a brick oven, right? A whole brick oven, and made his own laffa bread in it. I was like, oh my god. And it just looks so freaking good. Yeah, was it? We're gonna get closer up pictures in a second. There we go. And he made it out of chicken. I would do it out of turkey, quite frankly. And also, I will get some lamb fat and put it on top. You know, get the whole Donna thing going. Oh, he made the Israeli salad and the French fry. And the bread. It was freaking awesome. I mean, like when he launches this episode next week, it's worth checking out. Okay, the Rabbi cooks. It's good. It's a fun channel. It is a fun channel. I do recommend it. Gigi Van Chronicles, how are you, sir? Good evening, Rabbi. Hail, chat, and I hope you're all doing. I am doing well, actually. I say so. That class from Rabbi Kessin didn't lift me up. Then I listened to a class by my Rosh Hashiva, who's been dead for 15 years, Rabbi Rav Noach Weinberg. And like, yeah, that really gave me a boost as well, you know, because yeah, I wish Rav Noach was around, because like, boy, do I empathize with him now. Like, you know, and also I then heard an interview with Jordan Peterson, who did like autoplay, which was really good as well. And it was also empathized with it. You know, he said in it, like, listen, if you make a decision to be truthful, right, that's an important thing to you, then that will end up putting you in, you know, what's the word, opposition, normally with people who are authoritarian, right? And yeah, I absolutely, and like Rav Noach as well, had exactly that. Most of his life, he was like the black sheep of the, like when I came into Asia Torah, when I was in rabbinical seminary, it was still in its wild days. It was at the end of its wild days. Its real wild days were like the early 80s. By the time I got there in the 90s, it was getting some money, right? It was getting some money and making buildings, and it was getting cool. But I was there just before it started like really become corporate. It's so corporate now. Oh man! But when Rav Noach was wild. Like he was like, it's just, and it was so great listening to a recording of him. But yeah, it's interesting. I was thinking about why, you know, people who are authoritarian, people who like authority, right? Why is it they will ignore or not see things they know objectively to be wrong to serve authority? Like what is, and they're decent people, right? They're decent people. What is it? What makes them do that, right? And here's what I think it is. I think a belief in the system and belief in authority overall makes them feel safe, right? But you know, I think we also have the ability to think and self-question. And if ever, you know, the authority isn't whatever, you know, like you know, I think authority must be accountable, right? I just think authority must be accountable to be authoritative, really. Otherwise, not an authority. But I think people I think they feel, the point is they feel safer. They feel safe, and they feel like if you step out of that, they get very upset. They get very scared, right? That's what I think is going on. Anyway, hello, how are you, Mux? Eddie, how you doing after Rabbinical Retrogrades? Yes, we are Rabbinical Retrogrades. Mux, Eddie, how are you, sir? Matthew Brown, I thought I said hello to Matthew Brown, but I'll say hello to you again. Jonathan Cox, how are you? Your blue avatar always makes me notice you. It always makes me think of Dr. Manhattan. It's really Dr. Manhattan blue. You know, I tell you, it's such a shame that Damon Lindelof got so sucked down the identity politics plug hole, right? Because I really enjoyed The Leftovers season 1 and 2 and 3 until the last episode, where they totally shit the bed, right? Totally. And I think Watchmen was like, when it wasn't focusing on Angela Ambar, and like there wasn't a black character on screen, it wasn't about black, it was awesome, right? And it's not that, oh, I hate black. No, he can't write black characters because he's too scared. They all have to be perfect, right? So that's but the other bit, like that episode where you saw the origin of Mirror Mask, who like one of the cat superheroes in it, which happened from at the moment the Dr. Manhattan explosion squid thing happened. I mean, that was it. Brilliant. I mean, God, so good. But everything else, oh God, it just gets sucked down that. And if you haven't seen the first couple of seasons of The Leftovers, it's so worth it. Oh my God, it's so good. Especially if you're a religious guy. If you're a religious guy, Christopher Eccleston in it, and fantastic in it. And what a great acting job. Oh, that's what we have to talk about, that Christopher Eccleston. What do you think of that thumbnail? But yeah, I really empathize with Chris Eccleston character in The Leftovers. Let me finish going through that chat and I'll talk you through it. It's a fantastic show. I mean, it's really worth watching. It's a slow burn. It's a really slow burn, but it's really, really worth it. First season also has Patterson Joseph in it, who's freaking awesome, who I really wanted to be the 11th Doctor. But I'm really glad Matt Smith was. That was just like the greatest casting ever. I absolutely adore the Matt Smith era. Right, whenever I want to feel happy, I watch a Matt Smith Doctor Who, and I watch a bad Matt Smith Doctor Who over most other Doctor Who because he's so good. Right, he's so freaking awesome, and you forget how good he is. But it's just such a wonderful portrayal of the like optimistic, and he's so sold into it. It's such a great job, such a great acting job as well. There's really genuine growth, and I like, I just like the 11th Doctor, right? I would much rather hang out with the 11th Doctor than the 10th, right? I mean, like, God, the 10th Doctor would be like me, and 9th Doctor would just depress me. I would rather hang out with the War Doctor, frankly. I would rather hang out with the War Doctor. McGann, I guess any era McGann. Sylvester McCoy. Would I hang out with Sylvester McCoy's Doctor? No, he's a weirdo. Leave me alone. Colin Baker's Doctor, yes, he's going to have some very good wine and ale and Perry, right? So yeah, you want to get early Colin Baker's Doctor, right? Perry when she's in the you got to ask her. What's with the bright spandex? Like what's going on? I'm from the 80s. Peter Davison's Doctor. Oh God, would I want to hang out with him? Nah, not really. I mean, I'd rather hang out with Peter Davison, quite frankly, than Peter Davison's Doctor. Tom Baker, yes, I want to hang out with that Doctor. I want to hang out with Tom Baker's Doctor, 100%, and Tom Baker. But Tom Baker's Doctor. I also, what? I would like to hang out with John Pertwee's Doctor and Patrick Troughton's Doctor, and also William Hartnell's Doctor. Yes, these are all interesting people, right? These are all interesting people like hang out, and of course, obviously, I like to hang out with the 12th Doctor, right? Absolutely. But the 9th Doctor, I tell you, Chris, you haven't done well selling yourself with it. I need a body. What do you think of the script? I don't know. I read it, then I did script. I'm like, oh, okay. Problem being is here, I got sucked into another one of your Twitter things today. Oh my God, you're terrible. I got sucked in. Don't follow Problem Big on Twitter. You will spend hours, okay? Hours. It's a time suck. Petey Richards here. Well, the world's gonna be a weird place until we reopen the sanitarium. Oh God, send me to a sanitarium. I could go to a sanitarium. I mean, like, I don't know. Here's the thing. I keep thinking, well, I don't think. Okay, anybody I like, right? Anybody I respect, right? I think anybody I would want to be. I don't, in this world, wouldn't be considered sane, right? Wouldn't be considered sane. So I think that's what I want to be. But living it's much scarier. I mean, like, really? It's really weird. Wouldn't recommend it. But then I don't really feel, you have a choice. You have to tell the truth. You tell the truth. Who are we going? Crystal Solar, how are you, sir? Shalom, animated yoga. I said hello to you, didn't I? I thought I did. What? Did it? How can I only be at 7:05? What happened? Keely, I must have. Did it jump backwards? I hope you there. He says, animated. I am. I'm totally here. This is so weird. It's like stuck at 7:06. Oh, now it's moved to 7:07. Crystal Solar is here. Fine, let me go back through the chat because I don't know. Fish and chip shop. Oh, now you're talking. A bit of fish and chips. That sounds so good. I could so go for a bit of fish and chips. Oh my God, that'd be freaking awesome. So anyway, do you see Eddie Oscar's latest rumor around on the Twitter? No, I didn't. What was it say? I can just look, I guess. 1 second. I'm so sick of it, right? I'm there's just rumors and rumors and rumors, and like who gives a God? And it's like, and then next week, and then they all freak out. Oh God, it's always there. It's always drama. Everything's always drama. Oh, speaking of which, let me see. Is that thing is uploaded for Charlotte? Okay, good. Fine. I wanted to make sure you could ask me about that. I totally forgot about it. I want to put that love into me. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I wouldn't mind putting my love into things too. If I get the opportunity. On John B. Peterson, Rabbi, story of my yes, exactly. Helps me. I'm here just lurking. Well, yeah, okay. That's always good for a bit of a lurk. 23 watching, 11 likes. There you go. Clearly on the like button, that'd be very nice. Back my Indiegogo. Tom Baker's 1980s. Lots of drinking. Jeffrey Berner, Francis Bacon. Yeah, that does sound like a lot of fun. What's rolling? I don't know what happened with rolling. Okay. Tom and Francis were drinking heavily at lunch. Okay. American ladies. Tom says, who do you want to sleep with, Francis? Yeah, that sounds pretty much right. Bacon says, I want unrepeatable at length Gaddafi. What? The American immediate leave. Tom and Francis continue getting pissed. That sounds about right. That does sound about fine. Let me how do I do this? I have to go over here. I think I go over here. Okay, hopefully this won't make it I got to turn the sound off. Okay, let me get ready to turn the sound off. No, I didn't turn the sound off. Okay, fine, got it. Doink. Let's have a look. Yeah, he's blocked me. Okay, that's weird. Was it about me? Let me log out. So make sure it's not about me. That would be bad. No, it looks like. Oh wow. Let me try that. Okay. Yeah, no. I'm totally blocked. Okay, fine, whatever. I'm not that bothered. Whatever it is. Can you just tell me in the chat? Wouldn't that be easier? That would totally be easier. Send you screenshots. Okay. Thank you. Is it about me? That sounds like it's about me. Tom Baker massively increases drinking in the collie room after he married Lala. Yeah. It didn't go. She told she was divorcing him, and when he staggered in on the last drinking. Fine. Okay, I'm going to what? Twitter? I'm going to my Twitter messages, right? Fine. I also got to send Charlotte that link to that thing. Okay, fine. It's coming. Okay. This is what was it? Seems that is behind schedule and over budget. Okay. Could be 60 minutes special, 2 specials. That's all. Okay. It might be spread between this year, this year and next year. The Chibs and Whitaker are leaving. There could be a left in. I heard about the left in air regeneration. Right? Yeah, that one's been flying around. Right? That I think is quite credible. Right? There are no plans to continue with season 14 anytime. Aha! That was always my number one prediction. There's not going to be a season 14. The series heading for extended hiatus, other than a documentary heralding 100 years of the BBC 60s special, is likely to be a legacy episode, not part of the continuing narrative. Okay, that'd be good. If there is a six, okay. One-off showrunner at present, there's no attention. No Who after 13, and a leg. Okay. This is a rumor subject to check. Yeah. Hey, listen, it's what I've been speculating for ages, right? Thank you very much. This is what I've been. The main reason to believe that could be the case is because, at least I got a video to tomorrow. That's pretty good news. The main reason I believe that could be the case is because it's logical, right? But it's also logical that Star Trek Discovery would never have been renewed again. If I can't live in a world where Star Trek Discovery exists and not think Doctor Who, and not think the complete failure of Doctor Who is anyway a problem for its continued production, right? Because it just seems to be, well, if they're if it's possible for there to be I don't know, they're doing more like High Republic or whatever. Like, if it's possible for that, then yeah, it certainly could do. The only reason that those rumors would be true is it makes complete sense. I doubt they have an international partner for season 14. So it seems a spat. Oh no! What's going on? Garbage. What's happening? I think a screenshot. I forgot you had a spat. Oh right. Yeah, everything's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Okay. That's basically interesting. So I forgot to tell you a thing. Fine. After I finished doing 48 Ways to Wisdom, which is killing me, right? It's killing me putting that every day. I think I'm going to continue and do shorter ones talking about this thing called Lashon Hara. Lashon Hara is when you speak badly about other people, and it's destroys the world, right? It destroys the world, again, this is, I think, what the tragedy in Moran with 45 people were killed could be trying to indicate we should be looking at, right? Because it was they died from not being able to breathe. It was and that's what Lashon Hara is. Like, speaking badly about other people. It's evil speech. It's an evil use of your air, right? It's not good, right? You can. Interestingly enough, you can also say Corona is a reaction against that spiritually, because it's a respiratory disease, and also during this period called the Oma is when a huge academy of people were all died with a respiratory disease, much like this. So I'm going to be doing like 2 short laws on Lashon Hara every day. Listen, if you guys can commit, any of you out there, right? Especially people ask me, get in contact with me, I'll say I can pray for you, certain thing. I'm always happy to do that, by the way. So it's such an honor, right? I love being able to be on. And whatever. I'm always happy to do that. But if you guys ever want to take anything on, try going 1 hour, putting an hour a day, and not an hour of your sleep. An hour a day where you don't speak negatively about anybody, right? And it's it'll blow your mind. It'll blow your mind how much control it takes. It's so good for you, though, right? It's really, really good. So, as a reaction against that, I want to start focusing on that after I finish 48 Ways to Wisdom. Fine. So let me look at the thumbnail. There's a few things I want to look at that didn't make it on the thumbnail, right? We go over here. It was a good thumbnail. No boobies this week. No boobies. Yeah. You can't have boobies every thumbnail, right? You can't have boobies every thumbnail. Of course, we got the newly regenerated War Doctor. I'm really looking forward to this, by the way. I think now Dalek Universe turned out to be a bit of a dud. This is my main hope, right? For something I'll enjoy from Big Finish. Doctor No More. So, by the way, he sounds really good. There, John Hurt guy. Dr. Mayor, although still quite a lot more the Doctor than that Doofus 13. To which the Hasidic David Christian goes, look at him! There you go. So now, okay, what was my model for that? You may ask yourself. You need to Google yourself this guy called Nissim Black. Nissim Black. He's a convert to Judaism, a Hasidic convert to Judaism, who's a rapper. Who's like this big black gangster rapper, and he's really cool. He's done stuff with Lipa Schmelzer, who's like the most like the Lady Gaga of the Hasidic world, right? He's crazy. So I found this is from an album cover of Nissim Black. I then had to whiten up his hands. So it did. I reverse blackfaced him. I whitefaced. Is that allowed? I don't know. Can you whiteface somebody? Anyway, I whitefaced Nissim Black to make this thumbnail. So Chris Eccleston, guess his due on. Yes, Chris Eccleston is joining the tribe. Yeah, this is not really. This is just for a role. But Chris Eccleston is joining the tribe. Listen, I think he's a good actor. I don't think he can pull off Jew, right? It's something you can't really do, right? Like Ben Kingsley couldn't do it, right? But you watch Schindler's List, you see a bunch of Jews and Ben Kingsley. Like what? What's the guy doing with all the Jews? Like, why is he in the cat with them? What did he do wrong? He was so clearly not Jewish. But I think he was more convincing as the Hood than he was as a Jew. Try to remember, but many of the uncanny habit really pissing me off. I understand that. That's why 1 hour. Just do it for 1 hour, right? There's a few things on Bounding in Comics I wanted to look at as well. But that time fracture thing looks really good. Man, I wish I could go to it. I mean, I couldn't afford it, but man, that looks really good. So let's start off with a bit of Big Finish news. Indestructible Captain Scarlet. Fine. Do a quick refresh. Make sure there's no new stories. Fine. So this is the box set I'm still haven't convinced myself to buy yet. Right. This is the one I'm closest to saying yes for. More boobies and thumbnails. It's a rabbinical duty. You are right. I listen. Come back on Saturday night. We will have a very bouncy one. Oh my God! I've been trying to get cosplayers on. They're all so hot. Oh, stop! How are they all so sexy? Oh my God! It's because honestly, I'm a reasonably dirty guy, but I don't like watch porn or anything like salacious. And it's not because I don't like it. It's because I really super like it. Okay, that's why I avoid that stuff, because it's like I'm never leaving if I walk in, right? So anyway, so the cosplay stuff, I'm like, well, yeah, I'm looking for the channel, I'm like enjoying their performance, and I actually am. Oh my God, the work that goes into these costumes, unbelievable. But they're normally a Red Sonja costume. But I do notice the work. I do. I have to tell you. I was thinking of buying the 4-season John Hurt World. Yes, that is brilliant. On a 1 to 10, look, I'll go through them. First one is the best, right? First one, but they're all completely worth it. They're brilliant. They are, yeah. In fact, I would say so far their entire Time War range has been mostly excellent. The only ones I haven't got have been the Gallifrey ones, because I just can't pay $20 to hear Lala Ward sigh and huff at me while they make bad Trump analogies. Like, I can live without it in my life, right? Well, they think they're being clever. Nothing's worse than a stupid person thinking they're being clever. Sorry, costly sales are today revealed for the one-off series in which the Doctor is pushed to his very limits when facing off against one of his own kind. Now, listen, I like Colin Baker up until recently, and I like the Mark Bonner as the 11. I think he's brilliant. But I know it didn't have the best writing credits. So, yeah, Lizzie Hopley. Well, you got Lizzie Hopley is mediocre. Nigel Fairs is slightly above mediocre. He hasn't done that much. And Chris Chapman again, slightly above mediocre. So it's not a great pedigree, right? It's not great. But see if they can talk me in with the cast, right? The scene is set for the ultimate Time Lord showdown as Colin Baker's 6th Doctor faces off against Mark Bonner the 11 in 3 brand new full cast audio Doctor Who Adventures due to release in September 2021. The first introduced as an adversary for the 8th Doctor and the Doom Coalition. That's probably one of his best appearances. 11 but if you don't know, by the way, the 11 is a insane Time Lord that all his regenerations are currently, awake, right? So you have one guy who speaks in all these different 11 voices. With I think the current regeneration being the dominant one. Doom Coalition. The 11 retains he's a murderous Time Lord. The 11 retains the personality of the previous regenerations and uses them to create chaos across the galaxy. Yeah, he's actually a really good villain. He's a particularly good villain. As previously announced, Miranda Raisin returns as a companion, Constant Clark, and Lucy Gaskell makes a Big Finish debut as mutant alien and companion to the 11. Miss Cavell, okay, is she going to be, a trans ass kicking, lesbian from space? Really? Again, so my guess is yes. The 3 terrifying tales are as follows: One for All. This is by Lizzie Hopley. The people of Moralus are in 2 minds. Quite literally, the world is a world of dual minds inside a single bodies. Offers a unique opportunity to 11 and his new wife, the mutant alien Miss Cavell. Meanwhile, I don't like having a wife. That's weird. Meanwhile, the Doctor and Constance discover a derelict TARDIS, but are they walking into a trap? Okay, what else has Lizzie Hopley done? Let's have a look. Mutually Assured Destruction was the best of this McGann run, but all the bits of it that were good were clearly in the brief. The story was mediocre. Precious Annihilation was okay, mostly for the performance of David Tennant and what's her name? Whatever her name is. And that's it, basically. And that's what, yeah. I mean, like, it's she's mediocre. Nothing right home about. Murder of Oliver Akron. The global president of Maralus has been assassinated. The authorities believe they have the killer in custody, but which of his personalities did the deed? The truth is the truth in the recollection of a madman. There's more than one side to every story. That's actually a kind of interesting idea, I guess. That's quite a smart idea. But like, having this planet, was it Moralus? I remember Russell Lee Davis talking about once why they don't do more stuff in space on alien planets. It says because you don't really care, right? When it's not humans, you don't really care. And I kind of agree with him. Morris has a new ruler, the wise and benefit 11, alongside with his consort Miscaville, and the many minds of guiding every aspect of success of government. But the 11 has a plan to elevate his people to a new level of consciousness, and he cannot resist inviting the Doctor and Constance to witness the ultimate triumph. It sounds like they're not in the second episode. Maybe, who knows? I'm not really sold. Should we read this? On the 11, Colin Baker said, as a Time Lord, he's a fascinating character. He's got one or two nice 11th. but he's also got a couple of very unpleasant ones. When the Doctor encounters him, he has to deal with the man who has who makes other villains look quite calm. Yeah, all right, fine. I don't really care. I don't really care what what they have to say. Yeah, somebody asked me about the War Doctor. Let's go through this. The War. We'll just do Time War. Sort by oldest first. Yeah. Let me just find the screen is being shared. Let me just check the chat. Wow, a lot went on. By the strike, yeah, they're totally with it. Very, Lara's very anti-Trump as the actor director. I'm in touch with it. Yeah, and also like she's very. Here's the thing. The fault line divide is completely on if you're okay with there being a Judeo-Christian God. If you're okay with it, you're probably okay with Trump. If it makes you upset, you probably don't like Trump. That's basically how the fault line runs. Yeah, it's weird, but it's true. Like the more religious you are, the more likely. I mean, there are a bunch of religious people who can't stand it, but like the more religious you are, the more likely you are to like it. Total recommends Matthew Barrows. I have to go. Shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shalom, mother. Okay, fine. Stuart Better says hello. Last week had been. Oh God, Colin has been not good of late. Exactly. Was it the 3P Davidson are on pre-order, but staying far away at the moment. Although the 41 seems okay. Yeah, I'm not buying those. They haven't sold me at all. You know, I'm like, firstly, they carry on the character mark they picked up in one of the later monthly ranges, and like the later monthly range are garbage. Forget it. So like, yeah, who cares? I don't care if that guy's story continues. He also denounced we're talking about Lovecraft. I like Lovecraft, but everyone knows there's horrible views. I think I'm more of a product of his time. Actually, if you really want to get inside Lovecraft and his views, I recommend you read Providence by Alan Moore. It's a really detailed. It's Alan Moore's. It's Alan Moore's fictional take on Lovecraft. And it's really evil. It's not evil. It's really clever. It's very it's very clever. Very disturbing. The Lovecraft one. Yeah, it wasn't very good. The Lovecraft one. And the rumor truth. Chibnall has buried who, apart from another series of Broadchurch. No one in front of the TV road. Jodie might get death in paradise. Yeah, listen, I mean, it certainly is logical. That's what's going to happen. It would be crazy if not. Yeah, it's very logical that they are going to destroy Doctor Who. Yeah, I mean, like, but again, I don't know how they haven't destroyed Star Wars and Star Trek, but they haven't. So there you go. Fine, let me just run through these more Doctor releases. So the first one is Only Monstrous, by far the best one. That's all written by Nick Briggs. Infernal Devices is who does it? I mean, Jacqueline Pierce is very good in it. She plays a recurring role as the commander. Was it Cardinal Listra? I think is the name, which is a good character. This is all about weapons that they've deployed in the Time War and the effect they have. It's an interesting idea for a set. And then the next one is about Casualties War. That's like the agents of a Time War. And then Agents of Chaos kind of wraps it up the arc. And it's a shame that's where they left off, because it was they're really good. That's a great season. It's a season worth checking into. And then the War Master is equally very good as well. Time War less so, but I think the War Master is better than Time. Did I get the first Time War? I got the first one. I was like, naff off after that. Rage of the Time Wars is okay. I was really annoyed about this one, Time War 3, because they had the was it the Valiant in it, but it was only in it for one episode. One second, my wife's asking if I'm available. I'm going to say, well, it depends. It depends what for. Listen, if I'm gonna get lucky, the stream's ending, But I don't really get the drawbridge let down in that manner. Doing a live stream. Nope. That's coming. Live stream. What's up? Oh, wait. Question mark. Are you home? See, this is, I'm teaching you how to have a happy marriage right now. You have to express interest and concern. Interest and concern, both things. So the annoying thing about Time War 3 is, they have the Valiant in it for like one episode. They should have all been about him. It's really annoying. They only have size 11 regular Crocs in blue. Fine. Okay. Getting some new Crocs. There you go. That's exciting. So I guess she's not home. She's asked me what Crocs I want. There you go. Not quite as good as an invitation I was hoping for, but yeah. No, picking up Reuven in Renara at 9. Okay. She's not been here for a while. Okay, very good. And let me say, fine. Let me just do love you. We do a heart, smiley face with 2 hearts, little pink hearts, a little smiley face with a kissy emoji, and a smiley face with 3 hearts. So I was smiling away. There you go. I think I did the right thing. Yeah. I never do that to your vicar. That would always what? That would disturb him. Anyway, so there so I didn't listen to the other Time War, but then the other War Master one, the Anti-Genesis, also freaking awesome, absolutely awesome. It's basically he parachutes into Genesis of the Daleks, right, and he takes over. It's really interesting, right? It's a really decent story. And then you got Susan's War, which is awesome. Absolutely awesome. It's basically what Susan did during the Time War. Then you got kind of like this last one, which is the Time War 4, which brings Davros back into it. Hearts of Darkness is good. It's an interesting Paul McGann and Time and War Master story, and they intersect in an interesting way. Shadow of the Daleks is bollocks. Don't bother. Time War 4, Gallifrey didn't with it, and I'm looking forward to War Doctor, which we're going to be looking at in a second. Fine, I mean, send a picture. Let's see what the pictures of. Crocs 11M. Okay, that sounds good. We'll do it. We'll do a thumbs up emoji. I'm glad she's giving me the official Crocs brand. There you go. Thumbs up. Black. Awesome. Awesome. There you go. Black is always better. Black is always better. Again, I'm talking Crocs. If you have another idea where black would be better, that's your own preference. Then I'm going to tell her once you go black, comma, baby, ... Okay, I wonder if I'm in trouble yet. Fine. So then the next one coming is War Doctor Begins. So I think the War Doctor Begins is kind of vital for their Time War strategy, right? I have the feeling that they're building to a conclusion around the 60th anniversary, right? And they're setting out different tiles in that. So I think the Time War is very much going to be that. So let's go and look at that for a second. I'm kind of looking forward to their Thunderbird things. Do they have a video? See the video they have. If the video is also the trailer, that'd be quite good, because the trailer is excellent. Let's have a look. Oh, wait, let's turn the sound on. That's his bollocks. This is a clip. I'll play the trailer. The trailer is actually much better. But this is really, they have don't they have the let me as a I'm going to their channel. Let's go to the Big Finish Trailers channel. And they don't have another Time War one. I'm surprised. So, because they got it out as an audio, but they don't have it as a video. They really should do a video of this one because it's a good one. There we go. Big Finish. We love stories. But they're not playing. In your own time. Yeah, there you go.
From Big Finish Productions, Doctor Who, The War Doctor Begins, Volume 1.
I assumed you were here to help. That you were on our side.
Oh, sides. It always has to be about sides, doesn't it?
I mean, like, I'm sorry, that sounds very good. Yeah, that to me works. That's good enough for me to make me feel like I'm listening to a War Doctor story with that, and it's a decent enough, recreation, right? It's yeah, and so if the writing's good and that's the production, I think I'm quite happy with it.
Doctor of War, make your choice.
We're too close to falter now.
Okay, another important thing, which is a good news for this release, there are Daleks in it, right? Not like Dalek Universe without a bloody Daleks in it. Oh, you hit 50 when you have Crocs. Oh, yeah. Listen, I don't. Who am I looking good for? Hey, David Enke's here. Yeah, it's over, mate. It's over. If my wife dies, then I'm never ever getting in shape enough to sleep with another woman without paying her. That's just the way it is. I've reached that point in life. Duggan should have been a companion. And you know what? I'm surprised they haven't done that. Yeah, he's still alive. They could do a box set too with Tom Baker and Duggan. That'd be freaking awesome. Why don't they do that? Wow. Now I'm kind of pissed they haven't. Fine, what's that? I'll turn my camera back on. Let's go back to this.
Prepare explosives!
You try my patience.
You try mine!
What are they going to do?
What you have forced them to.
What are they going to do?
You make it go being very clever. But what you're doing risks tearing apart the fabric of space and time. There are more things in heaven and earth, Rasmussen. Or should I say, Khan and Gareth?
See, again, the performance sounds great to me, right? I think that performance sounds really, sounds like it really, really works.
I can't see how one Time Lord makes a difference.
You will find a way. The renegade, the warrior.
Open the time chamber. You want to know what is behind the wall. You will have your answer. It doesn't look very hospitable. Enter.
Yeah, no, I'm up for this. This sounds good. So we're gonna look at it. But here, let me look at this for a second. Does that look like one of the lion creatures from Warrior's Gate? I think it is, right? Because they have some kind of like time thing going on. See, the trouble with Warrior's Gate is this: if you watch it and you're sober, you're watching it wrong. If you're watching and you're not insanely high, you're watching it wrong. So, but consequently, the details always seem fuzzy to me. Always seem fuzzy. I suggested it to Big Finish. They didn't like my comment about Duggan being companion. Too toxic and male. Oh, really? That's dumb. That is really dumb. What like it's such a great pairing. Like I don't know what like Duggan will be okay. Who would be Duggan be good with? Not first Doctor, not second Doctor, not third Doctor, fourth Doctor. Yes, maybe maybe third Doctor, fifth Doctor. No, sixth Doctor. Yes, that'd be crazy. It'll be like two boozy lads on vacation, but he's so PC now. Okay, Capaldi. He's the guy who's got to go. Capaldi or Matt Smith. Either of those could be awesome with Duggan, right? Oh, my God. Matt Smith and Duggan. That's going to be awesome. Set in the early 80s. Oh, yes. Yeah, no. Duggan with full Doctor Who, that's a no-brainer, right? But they already said no. But yeah, and K9. I got it, absolutely. You put in the whole thing. Only have blue. Okay, there you go. Never mind. Guess I'm wearing blue Crocs then. Anyway, fine. So we were going to look at this. Let's go in Bounding Comics first. So I wanted to look at a few things there. Bounding. And also something on Bleeding Cool. Bleeding Cool. Bleeding Cool is a story about Saturday Night Live, how they hate Elon Musk, right? They hate Elon Musk. Let's start over here. Hellraiser Clive Barker shares his idea for a transgender-focused mummy adaptation. But if it's if it's anything that's not positive for the transgender, they're not going to like it, right? LeBron James admits that his tweet calling out Officer Nicholas Reynolds fueled the conversation about Michaela. Oh, good for him. Hey, that's good for him. I'm pretty impressed with himself. Disney announces new show by LeBron James less than a month after he put a target on. Well, there is that. Okay, well, there are no consequences. Red Sonja movie moving forward with Hannah John Kamen and director. Okay, she doesn't have red hair. That's fine. We need to see a little bit lower down. Is there a fuller picture of her? I hate to be crass, but there are, important things that you need. Okay. I understand that Red Sonja is a comic. Can I see a picture of the actress playing Red Sonja? Okay, is this John? Okay, is this no? But this looks like a cosplayer, and they all look that good, right? I didn't want to see the actress. Fine, what's her name? With actor Hannah. Okay, why can't actresses be called actresses? Hannah John Kamen. Let's have a look. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That looks like she could do Red Sonja then. All right. I think she's it's in Pink Villa. That must mean she's gay. You know what? I think I'm fine with a lesbian Red Sonja. Yeah, I'm okay with that. In fact, I must remember never to Google that. Yeah, okay. She can play Red Sonja. I'm fine. Let's have a look at why people are upset. Why is this a Shonda? Okay, fine. Long gestation Red Sonja movie from blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Director blah 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 blah. Okay. Okay, who cares? They just said they're moving forward with the movie. Who cares? What has she done now? Woke celebrity Alyssa Milano called out, accused of making things worse. Oh yeah, this was awesome. Have you seen this? Okay, we're gonna watch this because it's freaking awesome. Okay, Alyssa Milano, can you just hire somebody to tell you you're being a twat? Okay. Alyssa, I'm saying this for your own benefit, right? Now, can you pause this, or is it? I hate this.
For those of us who are not Black men, imagine watching the news and seeing how people who look like you are portrayed.
Yeah, no, that's that. Alyssa, darling. It's not they're portrayed on the news that way. I understand a lot of the news is fake, right? I understand a lot of the news is fake, but you can't have stories about criminals without having been. I want to tell you. Listen, okay. It is true that the lower income areas of America do skew non-white. That's 100% truthful. I would say that's mainly because those communities are have had their nuclear family structure broken down systematically by left-wing policies over the last 40 years. And, we're dealing with generations upon generations of there being no fathers. And so I think that's why poverty remains in those sectors. I make no bones about that. I don't think there's anything intrinsic in Black people that makes them want to be poor criminals. No. No. I think there's like maybe intrinsic in Democrats that wants to keep black people enslaved, right? So yeah, so they're not portrayed on the news. That sometimes they're on the news.
Imagine seeing men who look like you executed by police.
Wait. Where's her thing interjecting? Because that's much funnier. Yeah, okay. This is much better. How do I get to that? I saw it on Twitter. I don't have to play it. No. I can't get to it. Forget it. I mean, unless we go on Twitter and search, what's the name? TikTok. Well, if we go to Twitter and search Alyssa Milano called out, let's see what happens. .com. Twit is twit today. Alyssa. Oh, doink. Alyssa. How do you spell her name? Milano called out. Let's see what happens. There you go. Okay, that's where I came from. You're not helping. Okay, is it here? I saw it on Twitter, so it's got to be here somewhere. All right. Maybe if does anybody say a name? Is that the tanning woman? Let's try making things worse for Americans. Making things called out. This Milano. Let's see what happens this time. No videos, nothing. Forget it. We're not watching it. Okay. Twitter has spoken. It doesn't exist. It's a great video. You go find it. It's really funny. Okay. Oh, this is awesome. I'm doing a video about this tomorrow. Yeah. J. Scott Campbell. Okay, I'll just show you the thumbnail of it. Okay. So J. Scott Campbell did this freaking awesome cover for Spider-Man 601. I mean, it's just everything about this is great, right? Everything about it's sexy. It's Spider-Man. It shows the characters. Everything works. So then you have some toss pop. He said, "Excuse me, I fixed it so it's no longer sexy, pussy." And then the original artist came back and did a lengthy critique, tearing this guy. Look how much work he put into this, tearing this guy apart. It's so good. It's fantastic. This is actually, I would say, comic book legend status. But yeah, J. Scott Campbell, I only know you did that cover. Bad Batch introduces new female clone. I've seen this. It wasn't bad, right? I'm dropping a review on it tomorrow. It's not bad at all. But it's look, the clone I feel has brought in much more to add in a Baby Yoda appeal, which isn't gonna work at all, right? The Baby Yoda appeal isn't there. She's too precocious and old, but she's not like. It's kind of a nice balance putting her with the Bad Batch, because the Bad Batch, if you don't know, it's kind of like a grizzled bunch of space marines. They're the rogue. It's Blake Seven. It's Guardians of the Galaxy. It's like that trope, and it's cool, right? It's a bit in the Star Wars universe. So the first episode is called Aftermath, and takes place right after, during and after Order 66 goes down. and you see what happens. There's an interesting turn for one of the characters, and it's again, it's interesting. It's part of Star Wars lore you haven't seen before. It as a sequel series to Clone Wars, it works well. The last season of Clone Wars is a lot more awful, though, especially the Ahsoka Tano's lesbian awakening. The trilogy or 4-part? Yeah, that was awful. Bad Batch to introduce him for it. Then he had an awesome 4-parter that was done by George Lucas, which was a parallel story with the Clone Wars characters going on during Revenge of the Sith. And that was awesome, right? It ended up with Darth Vader in the snow. Is it in the snow, or I think it's in the snow, fighting Ahsoka Tano's discarded lightsaber. So, it's really awesome. And then you had, did he have a Yoda? I can't remember. But the Ahsoka Tano lesbian awakening is just awful with Latino chicks. I mean, again, if you're making porn, Ahsoka Tano getting on with a bunch of Latinx chicks, I'm up for it. If you're talking about Star Wars, not so much. Fine. So this is something we do have to talk about. This is so annoying, right? Because there already is a black Superman, right? You don't need to character swap, to race swap Clark Kent to make a black Superman. And I think it's like, why not do a character that's organically black? Like why do black people want white people hand-me-downs, right? Is that like doing a black Superman? I'm like, I could have heard it again, especially with doing the one that, I mean, there's a lot of material on the black Superman that exists. So okay. Rumor. Warner Media and DC want black director and black actor for Superman. Well, they also got Ta-Nehisi Coates writing it, isn't it? They got black actor. Can he get somebody who's not a racist? That's all I would say. How about get somebody working on Superman who's not a racist? That'd be a nice idea. A brand new rumor claims that Warner Media and DC want a black. Okay, yeah, obviously, Ta-Nehisi Coates. But it's like, but they confirmed they want to do a black Clark Kent. The two claim insiders say Warner's and DC are committed to hiring a black director to tackle what will be the first cinematic incarnation featuring a black actor. So what they say about it being Clark Kent? As of blah blah blah, they're saying you speculate who they're going to be. They like the names Ryan Coogler, Stephen Capel Jr., Regina King. It's a mistake to hire by color. I get. Listen, if they want to go down this route, I get it. But again, I wish they were doing the Earth 23 or whatever it was up there, the Superman. So what are they talking about? Clark Kent. They also speculate the new Superman film will kill off the Snyderverse, which media outlets previously described as the DCEU. Big mistake. Again. Hopefully the world's going to end. Hopefully the world will win. But establishing a new term, blah blah blah, it's a really dumb idea. Okay, prediction. 10 years from now, Henry Cavill's making a new Superman movie, right? Okay, that is something I can see going on. They even movie and TV show with the executive Matt Reeves' Batman starring Peterson Joseph and set for March release. HBO's spin-off Gotham PD and Joker and its planned sequel will all take place in the same universe. So is that going to be in the Snyderverse? Because the Flash, they're talking about setting up the Flashpoint, and he was in the Justice League, Crisis on Infinite Earth one. Coates is crafting a Kal-El in the vein of the original Superman car. You see, I hate that. Why not do an organically black character then? It's just so stupid. But again, it's Hollywood, and they're stupid. Hollywood do stupid things. Hollywood does the darndest things. I mean, they really are. They're just dunderheads. They're absolute dunderheads, Hollywood. Okay. So Coastal's crafting a Kal-El in the same vein as the original Superman comics. We'll have a protagonist hail from Krypton that come to Earth. Yeah, but again, I mean, if they're doing I'm more interested in them doing like a Red Sun if they're gonna like do stuff like that. I mean, I guess, but I don't know. It sounds like it's gonna be crap. I mean, it'll probably be crap. Muhammad Ali was the Black Superman, says Aaron. You are right, mate. You are right. So would they make Blade white? Right, it reminds me. I have to let me do this now before I forget. Somebody needs a link sent to them of Blade Runner. Okay, let me do it before I forget, because I meant to do this like days ago. Fine, I'm going to do. I'll send it via the interwebs. Okay, 1 second. Let's do something about Delia Derbyshire. So we do. Hopefully, oh, there you go. I just did the wrong address. Okay, 1 second. There we go. We'll try again. It filled out the right address, right? And I was doing it really well. Okay, that's right. Good. Filled out the right address. Right, in Blade Runner. Okay, let me say, hi there. Sorry this took me so long. I completely, I'm going to do this in caps, sorry, forgot. And then I'll add the link in. And we're good. All the best. See, there you go. Fine. Job jobbed. Oh, it's always good getting a job jobbed. Done. Fine. So let's go back to Big Finish. Big Finish. Is there anything else going on over here? Let's have a look. It's a shame about the. I mean, I do like Hellraiser. They cast out Jordan. Oh yeah, this. By the way, yeah, the other thing about they had how Caden survived the Order 66. Yeah, listen, I didn't know who the character was, didn't care. And Snow White has triggered the crazes. Let's go back to Big Finish, and we're going to look at the War Doctor. Oh no! 1 second. Let me do the listen, I got to do the Jewish story. Okay, that has to be terrible if I forgot that one. Let's see what's going on. The Railway Children sequel announced starring Jenny Agutter and that's interesting. What's Sandition? I've never heard of that either. Stephen Moffat says there are no rules in making Doctor Who. You've seen it. Make one of those. Okay, well, that sounds interesting. I guess that's something we're going to have to look at. Okay, I've got a lot of content to make tomorrow. Stranger Things drops teaser. Oh, I like a bit of Stranger Things. By the way, I am watching Invincible. Awesome. Freaking awesome, right? I strong recommend. I'm up to episode 5. And what's the other show I'm watching? That's not good. I can't remember. Oh, it's Cobra Kai. Forget it. It's old. So let's go back to Radio Times. I thought they weren't doing Irregulars isn't getting a second season, and we're going to see that a lot. You know, there's this. What's that? Shadowbone, that new show they have coming. Yeah, no interest. No interest at all. Okay. Where is that story with Chris Eccleston? Let's have a quick look at this one. So now they're just ripping off bits of the magazine. Okay, maybe I should get that magazine then. I don't know if they're getting content out of it. I could have just looked at Chris Eccleston. Well, he was on the homepage this morning. He can't have gone far. Line of Duty. bit of a damp squib, like, but it's kind of how I expected it to end. But like, yeah, I guess in previous years they had like, you know, shootouts. Who is H? Who cares? Who cares? Okay, fine. We're going to look him up. Christopher. There you go. Oh, it's the CBBC. Oh, well, now I'm less interested. Former Dialogue takes on another Latin role. He's playing Fagin. Now, listen, I'm sorry. Fagin is a Jew. Fagin's Jewish. And it was very, I think the amount of times he's called a Jew in the book is like 412. And the amount of times he's called the old man is like 6. It's like, yeah, he's very pointedly Jewish. They say he's most modeled on, well, first, you know, bit of the anti-Semitic stereotype. If only we were all as good criminals as he was. No, it was based on, what was it? He was based on like a real life person, right? But he was purportedly Jewish. Okay, Chris Eccleston will play the iconic role Fagin in a new take on the Charles Dickens beloved character, which is on the way through CBBC and BBC iPlayer. Why are they saying iPlayer is a different thing? I mean, honestly, I don't understand why they just don't make iPlayer into an international app, right? And you can just access their content, pay for it, and access their content, right? It's like, rather than selling stuff to all different providers, just do that. I mean, like, although honestly, I think most people will do better just licensing their stuff to Netflix. Netflix by far the best. So created by and written by Emma Warden and Rhys Thomas. The Kremps All True. The renowned actor best known for Doctor Who and the A Word has joined the cast of Dodger, a funny, optimistic, fast-paced comedy drama set before the events of Oliver Twist. Oh, so this is young Fagin, right? Fagin Begins. Okay. Okay, this is boring. Okay, he's playing Fagin. Okay, that's the story. He's playing Fagin. Okay, I'm bored already. This is a dull story. Leave me alone. Let's go back to the War Doctor. The War Doctor is by far the most interesting thing. We're still on the wrong side. We've got to get a big finish. We'll get back there. Wait, what's that about Guardians of the Galaxy? Wait. What's going on? David Blesser says Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is probably going to be the end of it. Yeah, he's not happy. He's not a happy camper. I mean, listen, you know, here's the weird thing. All these super lefty people, whenever they get what they want, they just get more miserable. Right? That's always what happens. Okay, so we click here. We should... Oh, it's downloading PDF. Fine. So I'll download the PDF and we'll share the window that way. And we'll have a bit of a sneak peek at the War Doctor Begins. Unless, let me see, is it in Doctor Who magazine? 1 second. I don't think it is. 1 second. Go to my magazines. You can tell it's a Doctor Who magazine because there's no hint of Jodie Whittaker on the cover. How do you know you're reading Doctor Who magazine? It pretends Jodie Whittaker doesn't exist on the cover and then won't shut up about her on the inside. And let's bring her in like subtly, just to annoy you. It should have an asterisk saying, fine, okay, fine. It didn't work, but still you're wrong. Bigot. Right? That's basically what the cover should say. Let me see, it'll be down here, it'll be coming soon. But tell you, Doctor Who is a news black hole right now. We have those rumors, but it's what I've been saying since, I don't know, for a while. No, it's not previewed there. Oh, I'm surprised. Okay, fine. So that's okay. We'll open up. We'll open up the PDF. Oh no, we're not going to open up with PDF. We'll open up with preview. Oh, PDF is a buggy nightmare. Open with fetching. Please stand by. Please stand by. Come on, in your own time. Oh God, I hate it when it does this. There you go. preview. Da-da-da-da. They also got another really good video they did of this with them drawing the cover, which was like a bit of digital art. It's really cool. Although I do think they should be like doing a photo shoot with what's his name, the actor in costume. He looks kind of like him. I'm sorry, like once you put him in costume, I mean, like he doesn't look like him there, right? But like you put him in costume, he's not a million miles away, right? You just got to not do the nebbish smile, right? Like you got to do like John Hurty. So like, the good thing is John Hurty's not like a classic, dashing guy. But other than that, yeah, it's fine. There you go. So what we're going to look at. Yeah, let's again. You need new photos, mate. That looks like someone's got your finger up your ass, right? That looks just like somebody just stuck your finger up your ass. No, you shouldn't be oh, doctor. That's what I thought. Like no. And I'm excited for your thing as well. Don't get me wrong. Let's have a read. Let's have a read what he's got to say for himself. The late Sir John Hurt played the War Doctor for 4 box sets. Thank God they did. I mean, that was so good that they did. It saved that. It created an era. Yeah. So I'm very happy that they did. Yeah, was it Chris? You said you're buying. They're great. They're really good. Big Finish had planned to do more with him before his sad passing. Now the clock has been turned back to the early days of incarnation as a good man goes to war with Jonathan Carley playing the younger version of the John Hurt's War Doctor. Truth is, he could have played, John Hurt's version. It sounded pretty similar to me. So Nick Briggs says, Jonathan's a real fine. Many will be familiar with the uncanny accuracy of his War Doctor vocals from various online projects. No, I've really got to check out some of his stuff, though. But there's more to a good performance than just an impersonation. Yes, exactly, and that's what makes the Tim Treelaw the Doctor, I think, work so well because he's channeling. Also, was it the John Coltrane's Brigadier? They're channeling the same process that the original actors had, but it's still their performance, right? They're doing like, oh, he did it this way, and that's how he did this because that's how he saw the character, and I was looking at the character in the same way. But yeah, that's where. And actually, to be honest with you, that's how it sounds with him. I think Jake Dubman is excellent as well as what's his name? Both the 10th and 11th Doctors. Such a shame that I like that 11th Doctor box set that he's doing. I'm not kidding. Because, listen, it's going to be woke. I'm sorry, I don't trust anything not to be woke anymore. It's like, what the Time War stuff is basically where they're keeping me. Time War, 9th Doctor, and new series stuff. Sort of like the 9th Doctor, Time War, and what else is there? I like the David Tennant stuff. Then I guess. I worked really closely on Joe Hurt on the original The War Doctor releases, and although we only recorded together for a short time, his commitment charm and openness that allowed me to feel something of a connection. Yeah, listen, I remember when he was recording it, and they talked about the process of him coming in and like how. Like they don't exactly similar with like Derek Jacobi. There was no like airs or graces, right? It was all like he had no presumption of like being in charge or being a prima donna. Just like an actor getting on with his job, and it's deferential to Nick Briggs as well as the director and the writer. Honestly, I think the same's true with all the great actors. They don't need to stop their feet. It's was it Derek Jacobi? Like he basically knows what he's doing, but again, he's he doesn't. He's apparently not. They say he's not prima donna at all. He doesn't sound like one. I remember there was a great extra on the Sapphire and Steel disc where it was the writer, I think Nigel Frears or John, I can't remember who it was, but he was interviewing David Warner, who was playing still. Yeah, just famous David Warner. And David Warner was just so gushing and says, I'm such in awe of what you do. I can't believe how good you are at it. And the guy was like, oh, he couldn't breathe, right? He was like, this is David Warner saying it, you know? So, I think, Tom Baker too. Tom Baker does his work on a script. He reads it, he thinks about it, he puts notes on it, he puts thoughts into it. He's a good, intelligent working actor. But yeah, listen, I guess lesser actors may be somewhat prima donnery, right? I can imagine that. Okay, so Vortex speaks to Jonathan about the experience and is surprised at how unlike John Hurt he sounds in his own voice. Young, polite, and generally humbled by the whole experience. Oh yeah, it must blow your mind, right? I mean, so suddenly you are playing Doctor Who, right? And it's also a really cool Doctor Who as well. And like officially, like this is, I think that you like, would you call this canonical? Until I think it's more canonical than, Jodie, for example. Applied and generally humbled by the experience. He says, I've been doing voices since I was a kid, and as you get older, you get more structured in general, and put some method to. Method that matters. Creating something between a party trick and impression. I skipped doing Matt Smith when Jake Dubman came along, and then there was Peter Capaldi, so I had to try him. But when John Hurt appeared, I got to hear Peter Capaldi. It was a gift. There was such texture. I gave him a go. After the fifth, you know what? What's his name? Jonathan Kett. What's his name again? I've got to go and look it back in. Jonathan Carley. I'm going to look on YouTube, see if I can find. Let's do Capaldi. Jonathan, what was it? Von Carley, Capaldi. Let's see if anything pops up. In with Johnny as the War Doctor. What's this? Luke Oliver. Audio drama, Exhausted Supplies Part 1. Let me see. No, I'm not finding anything. I see a bunch of John Hurt stuff he's done. I'll check it out. It's funny. I'm scrolling. I just found my thumbnail. Right? I just go, that was a good thumbnail I did. I have to tell you. It's oh man, I got 1 second. I got to share that thumbnail. That's by far the best one I've seen. How do I get that? 1 second. If I Google YouTube thumbnail downloader. Okay, here we go. Fine. Let me get. And I go hit pause or whatever, so you don't. There we go. Share. Okay, when you see this thumbnail, you're going to agree with me. Okay, you're going to totally agree with me. You're going to go, geez, that's the best one we've seen so far, and it is. There you go. I'll share the screen. Freaking awesome, if I say so myself. It's a Chrome tab. Look at that. Okay, that's good. Shut up. That's pretty darn good. And I like he's wearing the McGann like he just regenerated. But yeah, listen, they need a bit of photo. They need to do a photo shoot with him in costume. He's playing the Doctor, for God's sake, right? I mean, it's like, why is he on the front cover of Big Finish of Doctor Who magazine? Jonathan Carley is the Doctor, right? I mean, you might actually sell some copies. I don't know. Honestly, it seems to be most of the news coming right now on Doctor Who in the Doctor Who world is Big Finish, right? Autumn Rebellis, how you doing, sir? As recommended, the guys to steer clear of the Doctor. I don't know. I missed the whole. I think the word is out. That would, yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, I think it probably is curtains. It probably is curtains. Fine, let's go back to the War Doctor. Chrome tab. It's there you go. No, it's not Chrome tab. It's a vortex. Let's go back to it and then. So Peter Capaldi, I had to try. Okay, but I haven't found it yet. You have to make a slightly more exaggerated noise, like the grandpa on The Simpsons, when you're doing a strained, raspy voice, and then you change the rhythm of it. You can find the character behind the voice if you listen to old recordings. When Nick first got in touch, I thought it was a joke. I bet you did. I will say this can't be from Nick Briggs, but Big Finish, but it was legit. We set up a Skype call, and Nick was on my computer. In my head, I was thinking, could this be about looking for a guest voice actor? But what Nick suggested went beyond anything I could reasonably expect. I can't believe they didn't try him on anything first. Nick got me in for an acting audition to see how I got on. I met Tom Baker, John Leeson, and Louise James. Like, get out of here. I would have taken that experience on its own and died happy. I bet. Wow. I bet that was awesome. But when the prospect of more acting arose, and you always had the dream of pushing your luck, when I can't believe his audition was with Tom Baker, John Leeson, and are they going to put that on the bloody disc? I want to hear that. I bet that's awesome, right? I bet that's awesome, and that's golden content. You got to release that. But when the prospect of acting arose, and you always have a dream of pushing up, when Big Finish said that they'd like me to play the War Doctor, it was amazing. I had a workshop with Louise. I bet that was good, and I will take lessons from that. Bet for the rest of his life. But that's where it's going. But workshop into every idea in future. Yeah, look, Louise James said the reason she's such a great was a great leader, right? And again, the reason she's a great actress is she's very, very clever. She's very smart. She has a very great analytical mind, and she's also very what's the word? Nurturing, right? She's very she's got that she's got that kind of like warm, motherly, feminine thing going. But she's the way that she takes apart a role, you can see how she does it, right? And the thought she puts in, and I think that really, really showed with Leela, especially when she's coming out of acting school, essentially, drama school. You could see how she had worked the character to make it authentic. And it was what a great pairing they are as well. I really like the Fourth Doctor and Leela. Having some of you, Mafia, putting time into building you up was amazing. I can't even imagine. This is the greatest thing ever. I do hope this is on the disc. In the box set. There was a surreal touchstone moments where that session that I will never forget. I bet, blimey. Working. Why have they released this as a video? Working with experienced voice actors, Louise and Nix has given Jonathan a chance to develop his vocalization of John Hurt. Okay, well, I would have thought. He explained the first chat I had with Nick. He told me to do a recording of Engines of War. I want that. What? He's done a recording of Engine of War audiobook, and how I did he listen to it, or did he do a recording of it? Told me about his recording of Engines of War. Okay, yeah. Now I'm not less interested. How he created the voice of the War Doctor and the Daleks, and by the end of it, his throat left him with nothing. You have to find a way to create a voice so it's also sustainable, which is not why Nick was keen to make John's younger voice more useful. And that makes sense, I guess. That makes sense. Also, it feels a bit less of a cheat, right? If it is like a noticeably different one. It took a bit of work, but I feel better for it. He sounded like old John Hurt to me, and more truthful to John. I can sustain it for hours on end, which I couldn't do before. I bet that's wild. John's also a Doctor Who fan, so he knows how important in taking part in the role of the War Doctor. He reveals. When we were recording the first adventure, I had a chat with David Richardson about what the plans were for announcing it. He was going to reveal it in Doctor Who magazine. I'm a subscriber. A few of you left. Me too. and was wondering what would happen with it. What happened if somebody got it early and tweeted it. So brace for that. Dude, you should see my thumbnail. That was awesome. A new announcement was coming out. It was a Wednesday at 9 a.m., nothing at 10 a.m., 11 a.m., still nothing. And then just before midday, my phone went berserk. I thought, okay, it's real now. And they announced it was a stroke of genius as there was a print announcement. And then the first audio scene dropped half an hour later. Yeah, that's not genius. That's just what you should do. Imagine reactions when this... I imagine my reactions was the same as a lot of others. Sold. Okay, fine. If anyone had any uncertainties, I would not have blamed them. But I also know I'm one Doctor Who is. I'm really optimistic about this. Okay, I am really optimistic about this. The trailer seemed to have been clinched for most people. It was a masterstroke. Again, I wouldn't call it masterstroke, but it's what you need to do to sell it, right? You're an unknown quantity. You need to show people what they're getting. Again, do a photo shoot. Fine. Let's go and look at it for a second. It's Am I alone in that I print out and keep a paper copy of what? No, I do not do that. Although I do have a complete run of it up until a certain time. Are you alone? I don't know. Maybe you are. 1 second. So let's look at the stories involved here. It'll be next month, I believe. Is there a trailer for the third Doctor Adventures coming out next month? We should listen to that. Okay. The Doctor is no more in the place of warrior, finally joining the Time War between the Daleks and the Time Lord. But how far will he go to end this conflict? What lines will he cross? How much of himself will he sacrifice with the War Doctor? Only just beginning to find out who he is. I find this quite exciting. So Matt Fitton, solid writer. He's like the flame. Sister Calm had a guest recovering from his traumatic regeneration to do what is asked of him. The Doctor has rejected his name and his code. The Time Lords have plans for him and for Khan. Is he ready to light the flame for what? I get the feeling. I hope we're hearing some like atrocities. That's really what I want to hear. Okay, I want to hear him be back. Lion of Hearts by Lou Morgan. Let's have a quick look, see what Lou Morgan's record is. I think it's better than, I think it's pretty quite strong. Susan's War, excellent. I'm not sure what story she did there. Let's have a quick look, see what story she did in this one. Lou Morgan was, it was a reasonably good story. Fine. Seeking out Gallifrey's new warrior, Commodore Tamazan. I do like how they have a recurring cast with all the Time War stuff. Finds a War Doctor, has invited himself on a secret mission. The time-sensitive Tharalis. Oh, it is the guys from Warriors Gate are in danger, and an old friend of the Doctor is trapped. But Byrock knows better than to trust either side in this war. I better watch Warriors Gate again. Whew, that's always a good evening. The Shadow Squad by Andrew Smith, another solid writer. Tamazan is unconvinced of the War Doctor's loyalties, though when their paths collide, they do agree that the destruction of the Dalek Time Strashers could be the best route to victory. But on Anthea, the Daleks may have found a way to annihilate all plans to defeat them before they've even begun. Okay, Time War-y stuff. I'm up for this. I am totally up for this. Let's go and have a look at the third Doctor set that comes out. This must have a trailer by now. Has this got Caroline John's daughter playing Liz Shaw unconvincingly, and Liz Sladen's daughter playing Sarah Jane Smith unconvincingly?
From Big Finish Productions, Doctor Who, The Third Doctor Adventures, Volume 7. The Unzal incursion.
All personnel stand by for satellite response efficiency test.
Drop your weapon.
I'm an old soldier. It's very difficult to teach me new tricks.
I tell you, that Brigadier, freaking awesome.
Doctor, activate receptor coils.
Activating receptor coils.
You against the machine. I think you'd find.
That sounds kind of Liz Shorey. Let's go back a little bit.
The results enlightening.
Good work, Sergeant.
They reckon you're a space wizard or something.
Do they indeed?
He's just one man.
Well, let's just say I'm a scientist without the portfolio. What the devil do you think you're doing?
International pressure points are being neutralized.
Excellent. By the way, hurry! Oh!
Doctor, the door!
Right behind you! Grab onto the console.
Doctor, this is insane.
I said I'd never go near this traffic contraption.
They're coming through.
Hold on as if your life depends on it. Because it does.
Doctor! The doctor and unit will be in no position.
Yeah, like to me, I'm getting that feeling I'm watching a poetry episode, right? So I think this is a successful, a pretty successful, endeavor. Keep going.
To stand in our way.
The Gulf.
Look at the light of the moons, the way it skims the waves. It makes them look like mounds.
Maybe the Brigadier left the taps running.
Yeah, sounds nothing like Liz. I'm sorry.
Need to leave them running for an awfully long time, Sarah. This is an ocean world.
Just think of the water bill.
It's lovely to see you.
Is it?
Of course it is. Such a delight to see new faces.
Yeah, this is going to be a problem for me. I'm looking forward to John Colsher's Sarah Jane Smith far more than Daisy, whatever her name is. Yeah.
I may be able to help.
We don't need any help, Doctor.
I hope not.
I'm sorry.
No ships, no radio. You may be self-sufficient, madam, but if something goes wrong, you're very much on your own out here.
It's coming inside.
The sea screams at night.
What are they? Sirens? Mermaids? But they're worse than that. Are those tendrils? Tentacles?
Oh, that was nearly Sarah Janey a bit, I guess.
One false move.
It's going to collapse.
I know it hurts, but I can ease the pain.
I focus all my mental strength. I break away from this dimension.
It's been a weird trope recently of the last year or so. There've been a lot of Scottish women, like just a lot. I mean, I had subscriptions to a lot of stuff, so I probably heard it more than most. But there was that voice I heard. It might not be the same actress, but I hear very similar actresses in a lot of things.
Big Finish. We love stories.
Yes, they do. Have they announced anything about the next volume yet? Let's have a quick look. It's well, listen, you can get the first episode for free, so definitely do it. Let's have a look at volume 8. They normally do one a year. They're doing 2 this year, and there's no story, no information yet. Fine. Okay. What else do I want to do? Should we have a look at that thing in Bleeding Cool? Because it's just weird how much they hate. I mean, I'm scared to go to Bleeding Cool. It's always like implodes your computer, doesn't it? Samuel L. Jackson cross-references Pulp Fiction on May 4th. Okay, whatever. Where'd it go? It was Saturday Night Live. What is it? If I do TV, all TV stories, or maybe I could just do NBC. Where'd it go? Oh, there you go. I just saw it and it vanished. Oh, there you go. Yeah, listen, they just hate him so much, Elon Musk. Listen to this. It's just weird. So it's Wednesday night, which means it's time to check out this week's hosts in the middle of a live. What? So it's Wednesday night, which means it's time to check out this week's host in the middle of the table read of this week's edition of NBC Saturday Night Live. What a terribly constructed first sentence. And now there's been some controversy swirling with billionaire and veteran Pete Davidson's possible smoking buddy, Elon Musk. I can't imagine Pete Davidson likes Elon Musk. I mean, he's such a massive SJW. Doesn't he have a picture of Hillary Clinton tattooed on him that he got during the last election because he's a massive weirdo twat? You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like to see him. He looks good in Suicide Squad, but he does strike me as being a massive weirdo twat as well. But it's something to be said for giving folks a benefit of that because, who am I kidding? The dude's wearing a effing bandana for his COVID mask. Oh yeah, so that must be a crime greater than these kids are all such massive authoritarians, right? They love authority because they think it's going to keep them safe. It's not. Like, this blind trust in authority is not a good idea, right? Again, I'm saying blind hatred of authority, also probably a bad idea. I would suggest. But anybody's like, for God's sake. I think the data's in there that the mask really didn't do, mask and the lockdown didn't really appear to do much. I mean, we're coming out of it now, so I think we can all talk about this, but they appeared not to do that much, right? When you look at the data, I mean, I don't know, like Florida and Texas seem to be doing pretty well to me. And Israel are going to be done with masks inside buildings pretty soon. But we're going to put aside the health aspects for now because to be fair, without actually examining the bandana, we can't make any claims about how effective or ineffective it might be. And we're still waiting for Dr. Fauci to call us back on the whole issue. And they just put his name in there so the bots will pick him up. So, my God, this is such clickbait nonsense. That's the only reason his name is Dr. Fauci, so they could be picked up and on news bots. We're going at different. We're having a little fun at his expense. We heard he has an excellent sense of humor. They just hate him so much. You can hear this dripping contempt of how much they hate him. We're going to move past the bait and too cute to be cute by a million as a subtle sledgehammer Newt Mars t-shirt. Because what's the deal with the bandana? And he's Hangman Adam Page fan. Was he a Young Guns fan growing up? Is he trying to hold up the SNL? What's wrong with you? For God's sake, I've seen people wearing bandanas. It's as effective as your stupid mask, morons. The whole thing is about going on about his mask, right? It's going on about the bandana. It's as effective as your mask, which is really not that much, but it's just you hate him because he's not telling you to obey. He wants you to think for yourself. So, it's oh my God. But they really genuinely can't stand him. It's very strange. Fine. Is anyone who recognizes what Doctor Who do anymore? Says Fred Blogs. How you doing, mate? I really don't. I mean, I don't consider this Doctor Who. I consider if they ever do Doctor Who, and I would love to see it again. I believe Warriors Gate is influenced by Samuel Beckett. I have to look up is that the Fact of Fiction, or I think the Fact of Fiction talked about it. I have to look it up. I've rather cling on to memories of me too. Listen. So I'll rather look at I would rather have a golden shower than look at anything other than the golden age. I really don't fancy a golden shower. Not up for that at all. Fine. You know what I am up for though? Bit of dinner. I'm a bit peckish. I haven't eaten yet today. I think it's time to get my dinner on. My wife should be home about half hour or so. I get to see the new car. Very exciting. I wonder what Daisy's doing upstairs. Sorry, Arthur Warriors Gate says was so irritated by Adric. That's the one. Which one is that? Sorry, 1 second. I can't. Your thing's covered up by some little alert. Tom is irritated by Adric. It looks as though Tom is not. Tom is just pissed off. look, his marriage was in the middle of breaking down at the time. He is not a happy guy. But Romana's just left, right? Which means he's probably, I don't know. Yeah, listen, he was not in a good place. He did not get on well with Matthew Waterhouse. That is certainly true. That's certainly true. Fine. I'm hungry. Time for dinner. I'm hitting the end broadcast button. I'm hitting it again.